Hey Maria, I wanted to go over your paragraph with you. I think you have a good paragraph, so I'm going to point out some things that I want you to look out for in the next one. So the very first thing I notice is your very first sentence is a comma splice. That's common. We talked about that when we had our grammar lesson, and I said that's the number one thing. So let's look at it and explain why, and then maybe you can help pick them out in the future. So you have a complete sentence here. Everyone's best friend is different. That's a complete sentence. Right here, in my case, it's my dog Bella. So you have a complete sentence, and you have a complete sentence, and you have just joined them with a comma. So that makes it a comma splice. So there are three ways that you can fix it. You're going to put a period. So everyone's best friend is different, period. In my case, comma, it's my dog Bella. Or everyone's best friend is different, semicolon. Or you could leave the comma and put and in my case. So in this situation, because you want those sentences to go together, they are playing off of each other and they're very closely connected, I would put a semicolon. That's what I would do here, is I would put a semicolon right here. Okay, so now with that being said, so you're going to watch out for semicolons is going to be not semicolons. Comma splices are going to be the biggest thing that you look out for. Your format's good. Everything with this is good. So let's read on here. So you have introductory clause, after going to certain places, comma, her fur gets matted. With that, we have to take her to get a haircut. Okay, so a couple different things. So I want you to just listen to it. Don't look at it. Listen. After going to certain places, her fur gets matted. So I have that pause there. So when you, not always, but have the pause, it means comma. So after going to certain places, comma, her fur gets matted. That's a complete sentence. With that, we have to take her to get a haircut. That's also a complete sentence. So that's another example of a semicolon. So oh my goodness, I keep saying that. Of a comma splice, it's not a semicolon, it is a comma splice. Okay, again with the introductory clauses, when she comes home from the groomer, comma, Bella smells like the lavender soap that is used. So there are other times when she does indeed smell like a wet dog. I like that, but I would say that usually when she comes home from the groomer, although there are other times. So, and I think we talked about that in class on one of your questions. So that's how I would have done that. So right here is you're talking about what she looks like, but you already talked about that up here with it being salt and pepper color fur. So I would have moved this right here because you're describing what she looks like up here with the salt and pepper fur. So, which is good. So, but I would have moved this because that goes together. Talking about her color fur and then it being soft and fluffy, those go together. So I would have moved that up there. Let's see here. Another comma splice. Her height is 13 inches. Period. Complete sentence. This allows her to be carried around and held. You have two complete sentences again, joined with a comma. That makes that a comma splice. So the next one. Her hearing is outrageous. That's a complete sentence. Her hearing is outrageous. Complete sentence. When a vehicle is approaching near the house, she is able to hear them and run to the door waiting for whomever it is. So that's another complete sentence with an introductory clause. So her hearing is outrageous. That's a period. When a vehicle is approaching near the house, comma, because you have that introductory clause. That sentence is also somewhat wordy. So this is clear that she's in the house because you talk about her, being in the house, being carried around. So, and she's your dog. So it is implied that the dog is at your house. So I would say when a vehicle is approaching, you don't need near the house. So when a vehicle is approaching, comma, she is able to hear them and run to the door waiting for whomever it is. So we don't need waiting for whomever it is. I would say her hearing is outrageous, period. When a vehicle is approaching, comma, she is able to hear them and run to the door to wait, period. Now, the other thing with this is you do not have any sentence that wraps this up. You end on that example. So you would need that transition. And I know you're not transitioning to another body paragraph. You're transitioning to nothing. You're concluding it. So you would need one more sentence that you would put at the end here that would wrap this up and kind of sum up what you've already said that ties it back with this whole thing. So those are the things I want you to work on. So the biggest one really is going to be comma splices. So I want you to pay attention to comma splices and your concluding sentence for your paragraph 3 and 4. I hope this helps, and we will see you soon.